welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Yes.
If you're new, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
and if you're
thanks for
returning,
finding us.
again, welcome back. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And on Instagram and Ravelry, I'm Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
It's quite a mouthful. Yes, and I'm cpredmor on Ravelry. Very occasionally on Instagram. Usually I am Knitting in Our Jeans -C on Instagram because that's where I normally hang out. What's that?
Sorry.
Oh. So anyway, welcome. We're happy to see everybody.
Yes.
This hair, I swear. If you all haven't hit a certain age.
This hair hasn't...
Well, just my hair has changed texture, has changed.
I tried to curl it, and it said no.
Oh, really?
Like whoa, for the wedding yesterday. And I was like, fine then. So I bought one of those, like, just banana kind of clips that just pulls it all back and kind of mohawk ponytails it. It was fine.
Of course it was. Good for dancing.
Yes. Well, and then I pulled it up into a bun because it was not behaving.
So mine is just drying out, curling, kinking, doing whatever it feels like.
That's
so
fine.
I figure I've got 9 more months of coloring it, and then it's going white. And maybe that'll help it. A little. I think it'll cut down on some of the dryness.
I mean, you might still have to bleach your darker spots I'm
not worried about it.
If you have cow spots still.
I'm just going to go with cow spots.
Oh, did I tell you what she told me last week when I was getting this done?
What?
I have a cow spot back here. Because if
we
you
call
can
them
see...
Holstein spots, because I first went gray with these spots that were here and here. Never just the widow's peak, where some people are so elegant. Not for me. No.
Not me either, apparently.
Reverse Holstein spots. And I was letting it grow out, figuring, well, I deserved every one of those white hairs. I earned them. And my husband, who has white hair, not just great white hair.
Has had white hair my entire life. Or gray to white
and said,
my entire life.
You thought about dyeing your hair again? Yeah, well, it'll cost you. And honestly, up until about 2 years ago, dyeing my hair went very well, and my hair was excellent in humidity. It was really good hair. And now it's changed. Now it's hardly doing anything I want it to. But it is long enough for a braid in the back. So for sailing,
it's good.
Is excellent. So yes, I can put together for sailing. And that's about it. Anyway, welcome. This isn't a hair broadcast. It's a knitting broadcast.
Yes.
Or arts and crafts.
Crafting broadcast.
And what are you working on?
So as I mentioned, I had this wedding yesterday. And oh, look, the star of the show, my frickin' wrist brace. So,
glad you cleaned that up.
I did.
Yes.
So on Thursday, so my wrist has been an issue for about 3-4 weeks now. I first showed you that bump.
Yes.
Pretty sure I did that on camera too, so you all know about the bump.
This thing and there was this bump.
There's this bump that happens. So Thursday, I was in a meeting, and it was a kind of important meeting, and I go to open the door, and all of a sudden, I almost scream in pain. And it was just not good. So
that's generally a sign it's not good.
Yeah. So I then had to be pathetic and ask my senior project manager to carry my stuff back from the meeting because I couldn't pick it up with 2 hands at that point. And it's not even that I had a brace so I could like shovel it onto my arm because I didn't know which direction was okay. I just couldn't. So I ended up taking a half day on Friday just to make an appointment with the doctor. I couldn't get one for Friday, so I got one for Monday. So next week, hopefully, I'll have an update on this. We have an idea of what it is, but I don't really want to broadcast it until I get an official diagnosis.
Because your dad's a dentist, not a doctor.
Yeah.
Contrary to what he thinks.
Yeah. So, but then I went into work with the brace, and everyone was like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I was better than sitting at home. I have to take off on Monday anyways, to go to the appointment. So might as well get as much work done as I can." It's feeling a little bit better than it did on Thursday and Friday, but it still does hurt. So, remember how I had that cross stitch that I was going to gift this weekend? Yeah, it didn't get finished because I couldn't work on it on Thursday.
But it's coming along.
So, as of right now, I'm doing the white pieces of it, and I should be done with that this evening. And then all I have is the back stitching, which I also should be able to get done this evening. So
what's back stitching?
It's
the background?
No, it's
lines. The outlines. The outline.
There's only one piece of it though that is. It's just Lady Liberty's crown.
Oh,
that gets it. Yeah.
Okay, not bad.
No.
Oh, I see. Because you're not going into work tomorrow.
No, I'm going into work tomorrow.
Oh, you are.
Yes, I have it in the afternoon.
Oh.
My appointment's in the afternoon.
Ah.
So, yeah, I didn't get this done in order to gift it to my friend for his wedding, but I figure I will finish this and the other piece I want to make for him and his husband.
And then mail it to them?
And then mail it to them. And they will understand, especially because I mentioned it to my friend before we left, saying, I didn't forget to get to give you anything. There is no card or anything in the box. One, because I forgot the card, and two, because I couldn't finish the object on what I was gonna give to you. By the time we got here, and of course my boyfriend was like, "Oh no, she tried though. She tried. This girl was trying real hard to get it to you." And of course my friend was like, "Don't worry about it. You'll get it to us when you get it to us. Just be careful." So I don't want to work on any other knitting because I'm working with white and I've already washed my hands quite thoroughly. So this is about all I can work on without worrying about
dye transfer.
And then having to thoroughly wash my hands again. But yeah, I really love this pattern. It was really simple and it was really easy to follow. The fact that my brain kept on converting little plus signs to little X's didn't help.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh my goodness, I've got 2 dead oranges.
Oh, those are real dead.
Yes, well, we'll get rid of those.
They're
only dead from Friday.
Okay, that's better than
what it
looks like.
Yes. I wondered what was making that bag so heavy.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, so that was that. And I should be done with this very soon, which will be exciting. Because then I don't think so. No, you hadn't started it last time.
Okay.
So this is all I've really been working on, because it's what I've had at home. But I did finish something this week.
Did you?
I finished it at knitting even. I finished the cowl. So this is by Corrado Lark. This is his Darth FM cowl. And if you don't like cowls this deep, you could really start it at about repeat number 6, which is about, I think, row 6 times 12 is 72.
Mm-hmm.
At about row 72. Well, do the I-cord cast on and then start it at about row 72. I don't know if that's an official thing from Corrado yet, but it was my suggestion after testing this because it is quite pretty when I put it on. Let me see.
But the interesting color work comes from there up.
Yeah. I mean, he really enjoys deep cowls, but I'm not the biggest fan, and also because it bunches, and then you don't get to see all of the nice, pretty color work. So that was just my suggestion. If you do like big cowls, then go for it. Beautifully written pattern. Beautiful pattern once it's knit up.
Yeah, I really like it once it gets above the 6 repeat.
Yeah.
Because that's where you notice the different colors coming in.
Yeah. Yep. So that got finished, and I have like 150 yards left. So I think I'm going to knit a pair of mitts. I think I might do a repeat of the cowl pattern as the cuff.
Nice.
Up to the thumb, and then maybe do it for I don't know if I'm going to do it for the back of the mitt. We'll see. Just for funsies, because then it would make a very nice set. And they're very pretty. And that was out of Feederbrook Yarn that I got at Vogue Knitting Live a few years ago. So I finished that, and I had been working on that quite studiously up through Wednesday when I finished it. And then I pulled out
your Tegna.
my Tegna. So I got a few more rows put on it. Because Thursday I picked up my Rent the Runway dress for the wedding.
It was gorgeous.
It was, and I really enjoyed the Rent the Runway experience, because I decided to go and pick it up at the shop that is actually right next door to the Lion Brand Studios.
Oh, you could have a ball.
I walked in and it was lovely, and I was like, oh, this is a lovely little shop. So yes, I did stand there waiting for a room a fitting room for about 20-30 minutes, but that's because it was right after work and it was very busy. And I understand that. But I thankfully had my knitting, so I did get some knitting done. Knitting does not irritate my wrist, so that was very good. But yeah, that is all I've really worked on this week. I haven't gotten back to my Zweig or my sleeves of my Aumangea, because they are not portable, and I was trying to get this ready to gift.
Yes. Excellent effort.
Thanks. And I want to finish this, so that maybe once we get the boat out of the water, out of the water, I can be like, Daddy, this is my idea. Please help me execute my idea.
She wants to make a frame.
I want to frame it, but I don't want to I want to mount it, not frame it.
Right.
So
she wants to make a frame.
I do. And I have a frame that actually Lauren gave me a photo in. It's from us from New Year's from 2007. And it's a really cute photo.
Wow.
And it's the perfect size. So I want to bring that over to show Daddy that that's the size I want to make. But I want it so that I just pin it around and we staple it in. And then I just whip stitch some fabric to the back. And maybe put a picture hanger thing.
Foam core or something to the back would be helpful.
Or behind this on the frame?
Yes. Yes. That's what I'm thinking.
So in front of the frame, behind the fabric.
And maybe the same on the back.
On the back?
Mm-hmm. To give it some stability.
I was going to give them one of those sawtooth picture hanger things on the back. Centered to hang it.
But if this is behind, if you've got a fabric here, you said you're going to whip stitch it. Here, maybe foam core or something that would give that thing some stability.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not going to be a large frame.
No.
So.
No. It's a small picture, but
it's going to be like a 6x4. I think, just to give it enough room around the edge. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with myself that I managed to pretty much get this done.
Pretty close. If your wrist hadn't acted up.
It would have gone really well. Because it's a bit slow to work with the brace on. But yeah, what have you been doing this week, Mama?
So, let me get I've lost the directions. Anyway, I started my worsted weight sweater. It's called the Taupo, Taupo. And I'm not even sure. You knit it sideways. And this is as far as I got, because I got so sick and tired of making little tiny socks. So let's see if I can find, I probably can't find it. What's this? I got newsprint in this bag. Oh, this is what my mother gave me.
Oh, your Miss Avalon?
Yes, it's now ripped to shreds.
Oh, God.
Oh, well.
But I thought you had copies of that.
I'm sure I have copies of that. I'm really not worried about it. And then my baby record. My mother is offloading things.
Everything. Yeah. You still didn't get the dishes, did you?
No. Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah. But I have a feeling at Thanksgiving it's going to be like, look at all the stuff I'm giving you.
Oh, well, that may be. Anyway, obviously I've got the directions someplace.
Somewhere,
but not here, and I apologize. I have done just another row on my dress.
Is that the front?
This is the front. But in case you think I've been sloughing off, I've got one little sock, two little socks, three little socks, four little socks.
Holy cow, Mom.
Five little socks.
5 little socks?
Well, one was done already, so we won't really count
4
that.
little socks?
4 little socks this week. And so you all can see what this means. This is getting ready for Rhinebeck. So here's the little sock. You see that line? That's the line that you pick out, and you pick up those stitches to do an afterthought heel. And I am showing them a round afterthought heel that I really like. It's the one I use all the time. So I am working on my 5th new sock, but it'll be sock number 6. We need a total of 15 for Rhinebeck, so I think that that'll be... My goal is to do that this week, so I can be done with these little socks and move on to more fun things, like the Taupo and my dress. That's really what I want. I did do a little hat for my octopus. The classes this month in the Harry Potter Knitting and Crocheting Club were not really conducive to making baby hats, which is what my usual go-to is for classes. I don't want to make a black baby hat and give it to an infant. That seems rather depressing. I didn't have any purple. Can you believe I'm saying that?
I'm sorry, what?
I do have purple, but I only needed about 30 yards, and I didn't want to skein up or ball up, cake up a skein just to make a hat. I didn't want to make something of 100 yards that I would wear for Halloween. Nothing really spoke to me in terms of what they suggested. There's one that worked with 4 colors. Now, I could do that, but I was trying to get something done relatively quickly. So I have a stuffed little octopus that I made with really curly, cute legs, and I made him a hat. So hopefully that'll count. I mean, if amigurumis count, I would think that a hat for the octopus counts.
I think so.
So anyway, not a lot to report, but, you know, I've been making socks like crazy. As I said, this is my 5th one. The 9 more after this, and then I can say done. So shall we tell them our exciting news about Rhinebeck?
Sure.
You don't even know what it is.
I mean, I think it's the email I just read.
I think it is too.
Then sure.
So,
wait, does he know?
Well, he was the one who asked for a ride.
Okay.
So, anyway, Nathan Taylor, the sockmatician, is going to be at Rhinebeck teaching. And apparently he's staying just a little north of Rhinebeck, and he didn't have a ride for any of the days that he was teaching. So the woman who organizes the event sent out a note to all her teachers saying, can anybody give Nathan a ride? And I wrote back tonight. The email came out earlier this week. And I wrote back and said, I can give him a ride on Saturday and Sunday. And she said, well, he only needs a ride for Saturday. He's not teaching on Sunday. I said, well, done. So we have Nathan first thing in the morning, and we are going to be sending him a note saying, what do you want from Starbucks?
Because there's a Starbucks right outside of our hotel, and this one here does not function well if I don't get
Starbucks
hot chocolate and sweet potato chips before we go to the fairgrounds, because that's what happens apparently.
So anyway, we have Nathan.
We do.
For about 10 minutes.
And then we are taking a class with him that afternoon.
Yes, that afternoon. We're going to be seeing him that afternoon with a class.
Lovely.
Yes. I haven't seen anything about homework, have you?
No.
Oh, well. I guess we'll bring yarn and needles, and we'll be set for anything. So that's our story. It's kind of a short... I went down to Annapolis.
Mm-hmm.
We were there on Saturday, and we looked at
I kept
boats.
on calling it Baltimore.
Yeah, I know you did.
Same thing.
And the weather was a little drippy, but we were fine. And we think we've gotten a boat charter for January. My husband has been working for 2 hours.
A little bit over.
Trying to get flights to St. Vincent's and then home from Grenada. It's not easy to get to St. Vincent's, apparently. And the reason we wanted to go to St. Vincent's is because the charter company has a sailboat that we want to try out before we think about buying it, which makes sense to me. So he's been working for 2+ hours trying to get flights to and from. Now, it would be easier if I didn't start school on the 15th. If we started school after Martin Luther King Day, as we used to do, then it would be fine because we could have the lower rates. Mm-hmm. That's the other problem, is that we wanted to charter this boat after January 5th, so we're not getting the holiday rates.
But you're going to have to.
No. Or I have no idea what we're going to have to do. He's working on the flights.
Okay.
So anyway, the idea is that we'd be sailing from the 5th to the 13th. Okay. Because it's going to take 2 days to get home.
Oh,
there's nobody that flies direct on Sunday, on a Monday or a Sunday. American flies direct on Saturday, but that's not helpful. Uh-huh. So anyway, I'm letting him deal with it. I was down there with him for 2 hours, not even knitting. I was just playing on my phone because I wanted him to believe that I was being attentive. And I was. And then we drove down to Alexandria to see my mom and my dad. My dad is certainly a lot better than he was over Labor Day weekend, considering he was dying, very close to dying that weekend. He's much better. He actually recognized me, I think. It's hard to tell. He can't talk anymore and be understood. He tried to tell me something 3 times, and I couldn't even come close to understanding him. I saw Mom later that afternoon and told her, and she said, he was trying to tell me something too, and I couldn't get it. So she was going to bring a pad of paper and a pen over and see if he could write it. And she said, well, he doesn't write very well anymore either. I went, right.
His handwriting's been as long as I've known him.
Yes, so we'll see. But he at least
tried.
Yes, he knew there was somebody he knew there. Whether he actually knew who I was, that's up for grabs. And I managed to clean him off. He had something happening with his eye, so we got warm water and we cleaned him up. And I sat there for, I guess, about an hour before they came and got him for dinner. Okay. So he's better than he was because they charged him up with calories and fluids while he was in the hospital. Mm-hmm. And my mom is trying to make sure that anytime she sees any liquids around when she's there, that she gets it down him. They have to thicken his liquids so that he doesn't choke. But he sounded congested. Okay. While I was there, his breathing, it sounded like there was something in his throat. So we'll see how long this lasts. Because he doesn't cough anything up. So, we'll see. I mean, it was much more pleasant than the weekend over Labor Day.
That's good.
Couldn't be worse.
Couldn't be worse.
But
it is what it is.
It is what it is. My mom is, I don't know, drifting. Well, as my brother says, she has a different reality. One is which she's much younger than she actually is. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about the fact that they had sold the house down at the Jersey Shore, and that now she really didn't have to worry about money. And when I said, first of all, you don't have to worry about money, she said, well, I know I have enough, but, I want to be frugal. I said, Mom, you just sold the house. You're swimming in it. She goes, oh, I forgot about that. So she forgot about the fact that they sold the house, but then her conversation is all about the house that was sold and how she's missing it. And then she said to me, "Oh, it's a shame your father really didn't get to enjoy Avalon in his retirement."
My grandfather has been retired my entire life. I am 28, almost 29 years old. Almost 29.
Yes.
So
how old is Laura?
Laura is 33. Hold on. We celebrated her 30th in 2017. So she's 31. So he's been retired her entire life as well.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They escaped down to Florida 6 months before she was born. And so that's how long he's been retired. So they own the house in Avalon that they just sold since 1972. But she was born in
77 then. Was she born the same year you got married?
No,
87.
87.
Sorry. Brain.
Yes. So she was born in 1987. So from 87 till last summer, and last summer was the first summer they didn't go down, he certainly did enjoy Avalon. So I called her on it. I said, "Mom, what are you talking about? He had 29 lovely years with Avalon. What do you mean he didn't enjoy it?" And of course, when I had walked in the door, my mother, who enjoys disasters or drama, met me and said, "You know, Nancy Phillips, that the little girl you used to play with when you were 3. I said, "Yes, I certainly remember." Yes.
Of course, Mom.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We actually did take ballet lessons together. But anyway.
You went a ballet class.
Yes. It was lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So my mother had the tale that her husband had not wanted to get up as early. So he said, "I'll sleep in a bit." When she came back from running errands, he was no longer with us. I said, "That man didn't get to enjoy retirement. My father has enjoyed quite a bit of retirement." Mm-hmm. And so she backed off of that one. And now she's dreaming up drama about my niece's impending wedding.
Mind you, impending as in
2 years.
My cousin got engaged last weekend.
Right.
And has not set a date yet. And probably is going to get, truth be told, she's going to starting her first year of grad school started it 2 months ago. So probably won't be for another 2 years. I'm not excited for this possible drama.
So my mother...
She's already started on me asking... Before my littlest cousin got engaged, she was asking me what my plans were. And I was like, "Excuse you? No."
I said... And she asked me, I said, "I don't think there's any plans, and I don't care if they get married or not. It's not my business. It's certainly not yours." So anyway, the drama she dreamed up was the prospective groom...
No, they're engaged. He's the groom.
Right. Family has a summer house in Charlottesville, Virginia. And apparently it's very nice. I have no doubt.
Lovely.
So my mother's going on and on. "Well, there may be trouble there." I said, "Why?" "Well, I would think that Will's family would want the wedding there." I said, "I can't imagine why, Mom. And why? Why? Where did you get this from?" "Oh, I no one said anything, but I would think." I said, "I think you're barring trouble. Mm-hmm. I think you better behave yourself. That's what I think."
So apparently, my grandmother, who never ever wanted to be that kind of person, is becoming that kind of person.
That's right. She never wanted to be a trial to her kids. So my brother is now over at her apartment 3 nights a week at least to make sure that everything is working. The stress that he's got is amazing. I thank him all the time for all the work he is doing. In fact, I called him while I was down there I said, "I want you to know that we came in. We got here at 3:30 this afternoon. I went down and saw Dad. Then we took Mom out to dinner. And now we're leaving at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning so that Rich can be up here for the Columbus Day race." So we're flying in and out. And if we didn't have to go to bed so early to get up at 5 a.m., we have called and made arrangements to come over and see you. We're taking you out to dinner too, but...
But the crazy woman has taken up all of our energy.
That's right. So she
love her dearly.
She thinks she's younger than she is.
She really does. But
I was flabbergasted when she said my father hadn't been able to enjoy the house down the Jersey Shore in his retirement.
I don't know. I still really enjoyed the fact that you didn't believe me until you observed the fact that the woman doesn't keep me on the phone more than 2 minutes.
Yes, well...
I thought you were going to swallow your tongue.
Yes, because for me, she just kind of wanders on.
And she tells you about everyone's, medical habits.
That's right.
Yeah.
People I don't even know. I get to find out about their doctor's appointments. But anyway, with the grandkids, she's on and off. So anyway, that's about all our news, isn't it?
Well, I want your opinion on something.
What?
So give me a second. I need to pull this stitch the right way.
Then we're also trying to plan a trip for spring break.
Yes.
So we're working on that. But apparently St. Vincent's is going to be a headache and a half.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So, the state Stiachalong.
Yes.
They've decided to make us choose our own colors.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Make what?
We don't know yet.
Oh, you have to choose them in advance?
Yes. So, okay. I have a total of 8 palettes that I like.
Okay.
These are the ones I really like. These are the ones that are okay. Or that I like, but not as much.
Well,
so
turn it so I can see it.
Well, you can take them out, too.
Oh, these are brights.
Yeah, these are bright.
I like those.
Blues and greens.
I like that column.
You like that column?
Yes.
See, but I'm leaning towards these two, almost.
We need 2 or 1?
I need 1. Which is why I can't.
Wow. I can't believe you got such nice little thingies here.
Oh, yeah.
Buy them en masse?
No, I bought the little wooden one, or not wooden ones, the paper ones. They came with the box.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to buy some plastic
Well,
ones
this is a nice palette, too. I like this palette.
Mm-hmm.
I like this and that.
Okay. I meant to get Ben's opinion while he was here this weekend, but we got distracted by
the wedding
and the fact that he had lots of work to do for his classes and such. So I was trying not to be a distraction.
Did he get anything done?
He did. He got some stuff done.
That's good.
So
it's difficult. All these things happen when school's in session.
And it's difficult when you're in a group project and everyone else hasn't done their part and your part depends on their part.
That's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is why I let my term papers be all individual.
Which is good.
I don't, by the end of the semester, I don't want to hear the cries about he didn't work with me or he wouldn't answer the phone or she's terrible. There's case studies that they'll be doing at the end of the end of October. But their end of term projects are all individual. And yes, it's a lot of papers to grade, but they're honestly better than they were as group papers. The group papers were terrible because everybody thought the other person would hold them up, lift them up, support them, and rising tide raising all boats. Now they know it's them. It's me, myself, and I. And they're much better.
Yeah.
And good papers are really easy to read. I can read a really excellent 10-page paper in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Because it just flows like a novel. It's fantastic.
And when she gets the bad ones, I get lots of text messages to which I go, Mom, finish your grading. And she goes, I don't want to. Mom, finish your damn grading. I don't want to. Mom.
I know. It's painful.
Painful for all.
For all of us. I share.
Yeah.
I eat M&Ms.
It's bad.
It's bad. Very bad. You got to give yourself some reward for getting through the bad papers.
You gotta. So I think I'm going to finish this tonight. And
Excellent.
then I think my next... Well, obviously my Tegna is my on-the-go project.
Okay.
And then I think I'm pretty close on the Aumangea. So I think I might continue on that.
This week.
And hopefully I can finish that up. Because I only have a half.
I'm hoping to finish
I have a sleeve and a half.
Little socks. I want the little socks done by this time next week.
I know. I wanna get the Aumangea done, and I want to finish the Zweig. Well, those two have to be done by Rhinebeck. So then once I finish them, I can. Sweater. Yeah, but you already finished it.
I know, but
I decided to make 2. Well, because I decided I better make the damn Aumangea because it's a Rhinebeck colorway, and it's been sitting in my stash for like 3 years, and Nerd Girl is having that sweater along, and
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Well, that's how I feel about my dress.
Yeah.
Just doing it, except now I've got the little socks to do.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so you're going to be knitting tomorrow?
I'm going to try. It depends on how the appointment goes. Mm-hmm. You know, if it goes long or whatever. But, yeah, I should be able to be there. Especially
Very nice.
because of that.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I think that's about it.
That's about all our news. I'm planning to get through this term of Harry Potter Knit Crochet Club, and then next term only do a class a month so I can get working on some of these whips that are all over the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do want to get this stuff done.
I want to cast on my mission, but I can't.
Right.
Until I finish the sweaters for Rhinebeck, or else I won't finish the sweaters for Rhinebeck, and we gotta finish those. But this little project, and the fact that I hurt my wrist, really, I think I wouldn't be as upset with myself if I had actually been able to get this piece done for the wedding. But the fact that you know, in my mind, my brain is now saying, well, you spent all that time that you could have spent on your sweaters on it, you know, and then you didn't even finish it for the wedding. I'm like, well, screw you, brain.
Moved it pretty far along.
I did, and I'm gonna finish it tonight, so it'll be ready to bring it here and be like, Daddy, please help me.
Yes, fix the frame.
Because I could just go out and buy a really cheap frame, and to mount it to the way I want it to, and then just be like, Dad, help me mount it.
Yeah. That might get done faster.
Yeah.
All right,
I could go to Michael's and see if they have one the size I want.
Sounds good. Rather than hear us rabbit on about this, really glad you stopped by, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.